Alright, so we're back at it. And we're getting after it. We're knocking out about 26, 27 acres an hour. Depending on where I got the old RPM set. And we got a nice crooked line out here. Because why not? There's more beans in a crooked row. So, changed my mind. I actually don't know if it's true or not. I'm pretty sure somewhere in here would tell me if I'm wrong. But we're planting beans. We got the big planter back out. We had a little bit of issues with corn planter when we were planting beans with it. The hydraulic rise solenoid valve. I've been having issues with it, and it finally said no bueno. Pretty sure that means no good, but yeah, it was all done. I think the magnet's gotten weak or the valve itself is sticky. So I said, you know, I'm gonna hook onto this planter one way or the other, because I was planning on planting these fields with this planter because, well, like this is an 80-acre field. That's 4 fill-ups. With this planter, it's 2 fill-ups, roughly. So, I mean, we're 32 acres in, and I'm shuffling seed around, but, yeah. And it's covering 26 acres an hour versus 19. But really and truly, I want to run this planter across a few more acres this year than what we did, just because, for what we are. I don't know what it is. I just felt like we should. And I wanted to see if 30-inch beans are yield just as good as 15s. And you got to run the planter across both, so for both planters to figure that out. Oh, hold on. I'm getting a little off here. But yeah, so anyways, I needed to run this planter, so I said, screw it. We're hooking onto it. We're going. I was calling around for that valve. The only place I didn't call was Deere, just because it's Deere and everything's expensive for that paint. So we'll get to that problem later. I got 100 acres I got to go up for and plant with this planter. But I don't know. Probably could have turned the other way. But yeah, anyways, so we're gonna run it up the road, but I gotta get it empty first because she's a little heavy, and half of it was loaded and half of it wasn't. So I wanted to make sure it was even, because the half that was loaded was the end that hangs out the back. So I didn't want it to be unsupported with 2,000 pounds of seed hanging out the back on top of all the other thousands of pounds. But yeah, we're gonna keep rolling. We're mapping. We got the right harness now. I was having issues. A 36 pin harness is not the right harness for a 32 row planter. We got the 32 pin harness, and everything's mapping right. The only thing I think I need to change is, with it being a split row, I think I need to do the like 1 is 1, 2 is 17, 3 is 2, and oh, it's gonna be a disaster. Cause I'm already been thinking about it, and it's dreading my my mind of doing it. So I'll get around to it eventually. That way it's right, but I want to get this done. I gotta get going. We got stuff to do. It's dark to the west. We have rain coming, so everything is correct, but not correct. So all the rows are mapping. That's what really matters, right? We got a few that act up a little bit, but for the most part, it's running 145,000 population. Would like to see it a little lower, but with it being a ground-driven unit, you know, is what it is. We don't have the right sprockets, and I'm not gonna go chase them down right now. we're gonna do that, it'll be next year's problem, and we'll keep rolling. So I did some population trials out here, not in this field, but with the other planter when the drive was working, and we'll see. So we'll see if there's any difference, and we'll roll from there. All right, so as you can see, I don't know, maybe not. It's a little wet out there. It's starting to rain. I got a little bit of seed left to transfer around. It is what it is. So it looks like it's only gonna rain for a few minutes from what the radar looks like, and yeah. I don't know. We got 45 acres planted, so that's pretty good. It's one thing I really like about this thing is that I can knock that many acres out. Works really good. And I didn't even fill it up. That's just what was in the planter. So part of the reason why I didn't take it right up north is it's like a 20-mile run. 15? No, I don't know. However many miles it is, 15 mile. And yeah, best to keep the weight off. So I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's getting pretty close to being done. Well, we're back at it for another day. And it's nice and sunny out. Wind's not blowing, so we're going spraying. And I'm curious on how long that thing's gonna ride here for. It's only been on it for, I think, the last 500 acres, so we'll see. Isn't that always something fun? Keeps your day interesting. But we're getting filled up. We're somewhere in that area right now. But looks like it's about time for a new sight glass. And yeah, I'm gonna spray 40, maybe 80 acres today. Some of it's ground that we no-tilled but didn't have a lot of weeds on it, so it might just come back as a burn down or a post-emerge. Not 100% sure yet. Probably should go out there and do it now and be done with it and be happy and not complain about how it looks later. So we might do that. Well, there's 60, 80. I don't know if I have enough water to do all that. It's the only problem I'm running into. I'll have to go back and get 100 gallons. So I don't know. We might just spray till we're empty and then go from there. Yeah. But then I got about 60, 70 acres of soybeans to plant. So the goal is to get this spraying done and that planted so that way I can finish up planting soybeans. I got, I don't know, 100 and... I think I still got like 100 acres, 120 acres down in by the home farm to do, so... I think I'm not paying attention enough. Yeah. Alright, I gotta go. Alright. So, yeah, anyways. Almost overflowed the tank. Goal's not to do that, you know. Yeah, let's see here. We got... Let's reset this. Go to product volume. I'll reset that. Yeah, there we go. And then, yeah, we'll see how many acres we get done. So, the goal is to get everything done today. Everything done up here done. So, we'll see if it's possible. You never know. I always seem to run out of time. I don't know if I'm setting too high expectations or what it is, but I gotta go and pull out on this road. So yeah, anyways, I gotta trim some trees so I can really see what's going on out of there. We haven't done that in probably 10 years, so it's getting time. But yeah, so I don't know. I always seem to run out of time in a day. Either the hours are going by faster, or I try to get too much done. So I'm trying to figure out what it is. Probably the too much done. But we got everything basically done up here. Like I said, we'll be going across 200 acres-ish today. roughly. 'Cause I got 23, 18, 14, and then a 10-acre piece of soybeans to plant. And then I also have one of the 18 acres, 7 and 12 down here to spray. And then I got about 65-ish, 70, 80. I don't know. I'm gonna have to sit down and actually do the math. I'm pretty sure it's close to about 70 to 80 acres to spray on another piece that I haven't done yet. So yeah, I think there's about 120 acres there of spraying. And my fire truck holds 120 acres of water. But it also has a little leak, and I filled it up last night, or yesterday at lunchtime. So, we might drop this down to 12.5 gallons an acre. We've always done 15-gallon an acre work. Only one way to find out how it works, right? We're gonna try it, see what happens. I'll just have to do a little bit of math, make sure I get my mixtures right, and go from there. So, yeah. Anyways, we're gonna just keep on rolling. Chug away, see where we end up for the day, because there's always so much to do and so little time to do it, right? All right, so I don't even know where I've left off. Even if I video today, who knows? But anyways, we're on the last field of soybeans. We got about 6 acres to go, which I think it's gonna work out to be a little bit more than that, because how this field is and how that records versus that records. The section control does not work. Well, does not work because it's non-existent. But we've put a big day in. Big day, really and truly. We're about, this is 103 acres, but we're 113, 114 in. With having a broken chain, moving south, and filling the planter a couple times, and yeah, moved a couple things south actually, so it kind of took up some time there. I think we had a 2.5-3 hour delay today because of that, and that's how it goes sometimes. But we're getting there. So really and truly, we could probably pound out a lot more acres than what we are, but kind of doing it mostly by myself. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting close. This field got a little dirty in some spots. When I say dirty, it's got some, I guess winter cover crop is the best thing to call it. Sure. But yeah, anyways, it's getting rough in this section because of all the grass and vegetation. Probably should have been disced over before we soil finished it, but it's neither here nor there. But we're getting there. Cruising at 27 acres an hour, So we got, according to this, 12 minutes left, but I think I got more like 20. But yeah, we're getting close. We're getting close. It's gonna be a day. I'll be happy when all of that says it's done, and we're rolling with a flat tire, a couple wore out bearings on some openers, and it is what it is. We're just gonna roll. We're gonna run her till the wheels fall off is the plan. So let's get her done. Got that one. Missed that one. Got 2 more in this intersection. This window's so dirty you can't see anything.
That one's in somebody's yard.
Got that one.
That one too. That's great.
I got that one. That one.